YouTube, what's up? It's your boy Cams back with another video. So I went ahead and put in a couple more parts on the KX450 off camera. These are just a few things. I'm gonna go over them with you right now. So I got a few things first that I want to say of what we've been doing and all that kind of stuff. So you can fast forward if you don't want to hear any of the bull crap. But today it is extremely hot, man. It's super duper hot. It rained for like 3 days and now it is muggy as all get out. The humidity is like 160,000. So yeah, I mean, every time I walk, my butt cheeks are squeaking. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Anyways, so last couple days we've been kind of tightening up on everything and getting everything together. So we went ahead and took the liberty popping in our 0705 TRX 90EX. As y'all know, we got the Dominators off of eBay. Really good tires. I give them A+ rating. I mean, them tires shred for what they are. They're really nice. They're still brand spanking new. I will have to grab some fronts pretty soon, but my daughter rides this thing and we had to get a seat too because that's off of a 4Trax. But my daughter rides that thing and I ain't even really tripping over any of that stuff. It does need a headlight, but other than that, I ain't even tripping over it. So next I wanted to go over the want to go over the KFX50 build. Couldn't think of it. Anyways, so we got the Predator motor. Well, not a Predator, Craftsman 208. So we went ahead and took it apart. And as y'all can see, the piston looks like it's okay. It's moving. And it doesn't really have any scratches or anything like that. But the valves are in terrible condition. So I'm going to try to clean them up. And if I can't clean them up to what I like, at least they're back there. If I can't clean it up to the way I like, then we're going to go ahead and order some new valves for it. And we're going to get that running to throw on the KFX50. So we got her right here under the tarp. I got all this stuff up here because I'm working on it. That's the Honda 4Trax up under there. Still got the wiring problem. I had spark for like 4 or 5 kicks, and then now all of a sudden I don't have spark again. So ain't that funny. Anyway, so right here we got the KFX50 build. We got the plastics right there to it. Gas tank, couple other things. But this is what we're going to be doing. So I've got to get the feet rest off of it. And then I'm going to cut right here and either route this out and back over, or I'm going to route it up and over like that to go over the frame. We're just going to cut it and weld it. And the tires are still good on it, so the kids will be able to have fun on that. That's going to be a fun little quad. Should go decently fast. We're going to figure out a way to incorporate that exhaust into the Craftsman. So that should be fun. My cooler got filled up with water. It's crazy. And yeah, so we got that coming soon. And then we should have that going in the next few months or so. And then if we step out here, we have my absolute darling right here, 2020 KX 250F. Thing is amazing, very fast. Love that bike. It's gonna take a lot for me to get rid of it. And we've got the 05 KX 65 build right here. And we've got the motor mounted. The bottom end is already on. Everything's good to go. Got the Hot Rods crank. I don't know if y'all are going to be able to see that or not. But that's a Hot Rods crank. Then we're going to do a Wiseco top end. So that should be a pretty fun bike. Then we've got the TRX 400EX build. I'm still looking for what I'm going to do to it, whether I'm just going to do a stroker crank or and Wiseco top end and stage 2 cams and all that good stuff, or whether I'm going to take me a CR 500 2-stroke motor and mod this out and have some fun on it. So not sure what I'm going to do, but I got the frame and I've got the motor and everything to it, and I've got like 3 sets of rear tires, and so the biggest part of that's over with. I got everything I need for it. I just got to figure out what I want to do and order up what I don't have. So then right there, the 2012 KX 450F, super stoked about it. We have everything we need for this except for valve shims, so we're gonna get as far as we can. Valve shims aren't too bad, like $100 or so for a whole kit. And then we're gonna be messing with that too. I got to take that key-in fuel injector right there and get it all cleaned out. It's down there sitting, but we got to get that all cleaned out, make sure the fuel injector's working and all that good stuff. So can't wait for that build. We're trying to get the motor right now, and my son just recently, this is the 2004 YZ250F, he just recently got a carburetor for it, and he's doing big things. As you can see, brand new carb right there. So he adjusted the carb all night last night and played around with it and took the jets out of his old carb and all that kind of crazy stuff, and he got it running, but it's still giving a little bit of a bog and stuff. So he should have this up and running pretty soon. Got the crisp snapback on that throttle. That's awesome. And then my other son, he has the 1987 Suzuki SP 200. Really cool, unique bike, I gotta say. It's dual sport, so it has turn signals and all that good stuff, which he's got deleted right now, but he will be getting that back on and stuff pretty soon. He just got a new tire for it and cleaned out the carburetor really good, and that thing runs like a charm. I mean, first kick, I can turn it on right there, kick it once, and she'll fire straight up, no problem. The headlight works on it. He's going to be getting a new headlight for it, a little bit brighter, but he put the Pro Taper bars on it. Pro Taper grips, Pro Taper bars. So he's been doing a lot with it too here lately, and kind of cleaned up the motor down there and done a lot to it. Man, this thing has been sitting since the guy had the bike, and the front brake was seized up, so that's why it's off and stuff like that. So he's done a lot to it. He also has a rear tire right here. It's kind of used, but still got really good tread on it, and I told him he could have it and he could put that on the rear, so that way he's got another front or another rear tire and he don't have to ride on that bald one. And then I know y'all haven't seen much of this. This is a Predator 420, so it's a little bit different, kind of like a sandrail or dune buggy. It's got a Predator 420 engine on it with electric start. This thing is super duper fun. This is a Black Widow frame. It's right there, Black Widow. And then he's put ITPs on it. This is my youngest son. He put ITPs on it with some rims, and he's got it going to right now. He rides it, but the front end kind of is hard to steer, and so he's going to get something to fix the tires and the way they lean and stuff like that. But another thing is the torque converter on here, and y'all can help me out if y'all know anything about torque converters. But after it runs for a minute, the torque converter doesn't want to disengage. Like, it engages fine when you hit the gas, it starts picking up and going, and that's perfect. But when it comes to disengaging, it don't want to stop. So it'll continue going, and when you hit the brakes and try to stop it, it'll kind of huck a buck until it cuts out. So we're trying to go through and figure out what's wrong with it, with that torque converter. We may need a whole nother one on there, not sure. We're kind of trying to figure these things out as we go. But that's all we do, is build stuff as a family and come out here and work on things. And that way these kids, when they get older and have issues like this, they'll never have to worry about paying a mechanic to do anything. They won't have to get robbed, because, I mean, it's just, some of this stuff is crazy. So, yeah, I want them to have knowledge about motors and tires and all that good stuff, so they know what to do when they're older. Another is right there. That's a 1989 Kawasaki KX60. I have all the parts to it, but the top end is bad, and so for me to find a top end to it, it's going to be a few more $100 for me to get that thing going. Bottom end seemed good on it, so I think there's nothing we need for that. It needed a few little things like cables and, you know, whatnot, but other than that, that thing was in great condition. Had the radiator, all that. I was actually given the KX60 and the TRX 90 as a gift for working on somebody's 400EX, and I got it going and all that good stuff. So they paid me in those two, and the TRX worked, so I pretty much took it, and then they gave me the Kawasaki KX60 because they know I like restoring stuff, so that was cool. So I went ahead and took it as payment. That's awesome. But enough of the jibber jabber. So back to what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about right here. 2012 KX450. That's what we're working on right now. So we got WFO suspension. They call these SFF forks, and that's SFF as in separate functioning forks. I do not know much about it. I'll have to look into it. I know one of them has like, I think they both have oil and one has air or something like that, but they have these. That is different from that fork cap. So that fork cap has two little air things, like your tire valve stem, should I say. And then this one just has a button, and I don't know what either one of them do. So when I got it, they drained the fluid out of the forks, or at least they said. And so now if you put any kind of pressure on it, the bike just goes down and stays. So I'm going to have those redone along with the rear suspension back there. But the seat was in great condition other than that little tiny rip right there. All the plastics are there. It needs a chain. I went ahead and got brake pads for it. Everything was there. The axle, whole nine, all of it's there. So anyways, I went ahead and bought brake pads, and a buddy of mine gave me a used air filter. So shout out to him. I appreciate that. This is what I got for it. Used air filter, plus we got a new air filter right there in the bag. Then we got the brake pads right here. We got some fuel line for it. Got the kickstart, I believe, and then the brake is also around here somewhere. The rear brake. Oh, it's right here. Rear brake right there for it. So really cool. Sorry, I know it's all cluttered up here. I kind of building things as I go, and I got my bolt schematic, should I say, up here. So this is for the KX, that's for the 400EX. And if y'all don't remember, I will bring you back to light. The swing arm right here, the swing arm bolt would not come out of the back of the engine and where it mounted to the frame, so it had to be cut out. So we ended up getting it out without damaging the swing arm too bad. There was one like little cut like right here on the other side, but other than that, we had to cut it out, and that was the only thing. And then I can't get these out at all, so we're just going to keep those and hope like heck that we can reuse them. I did clean up this case right here. I haven't touched this case, so that's what the whole motor is going to look like, is that, instead of it looking like that. But the also, whoever had this absolutely destroyed it. That crank is bent right there, so we're gonna, that's why I was saying we're probably gonna get a stroker crank and a couple other things, but there's a lot that's on back order for this thing, so this project's gonna be down for a while. There's the piston to it. Now, I bought it like this. I didn't ride it and this happened to me or nothing like that. I bought it like this. This is a Pro X piston, and it has stage 2 hot cams, and then a regular crank, and that's probably why all that happened. The cylinder is trash, the valve tower's trash, everything like that just got obliterated on the inside. Luckily, the internals, like the transmission here and the shifter dogs and all those, are still good. The shifter drum, the clutch, all that stuff is still pretty good. So we made it out alive with that stuff, but I will have to either replace this right here, since it's bent, or I am going to get a stroker crank. So either way, going to be quite a bit of work and quite a bit of time waiting. So while in the midst of waiting, we're going to go ahead and jump onto the 450, as I said in the other video, and I will let you guys know what I did so far. So we went ahead and put our primary drive gear right back here on, our counterbalancer on, our timing chain on, our scavenge oil pump on. This is our shifter identification sensor. Anyways, we got that on. We got our oil pump and our clutch basket and the primary drive gear for that on, and made sure our shifter is put around and got the collar on it and all that. We put our front sprocket on, and now we're getting ready to stick our flywheel on. And I will have to order up some new clutch plates. So from what I read, it's supposed to have a completely different front and last fiber than all the others, and all of these look the same. So the clutch, I know, didn't work, but that was just by me pulling it in and pushing it around. It didn't work. So it could have just been that these were stuck together, or it could just be that they're bad. The steel plates, however, as you can see, they look pretty good. So I think I'm going to reuse the steel plates and just order up a fiber kit, and then we will have all of that going, and we'll get that put in. Now I do need shims and stuff like that for the top end, and then I'm going to also be putting the top end together. The top end has a Vertex piston. I believe it's a Vertex piston. And then it has Kibble white valves and valve springs and keepers and all that. So really good top end to this bike. And we just went through and made sure that our transmission was good. So we got it all put together, and it is spinning freely inside of there. We got our primary oil pump inside of there as well, the black oil pump. That's the main one that sucks oil up and pushes it through. And then we got two of our gaskets here. That's our clutch gasket, and then that is the, clutch cover gasket right there. And then the other longer gasket goes onto the clutch side as well. And then we will have to order us up a gasket for this. Now, in the other video, this bolt right here was broken off inside of there. We did extract that bolt out, as you can see through it now. So that was really cool. We have managed to get that bolt out. So now we no longer have a problem with the engine. Now we do have a little bit with the forks, those separate functioning forks on the 450. One of the bolts did manage to break off. I will show you right now in the midst of talking about it. One of these bolts did break off. As you can see down there, we only have one bolt. So on that fork, I guess it stripped out or something, and they grinded it off. So that was something that I overlooked. I did not see, and that put me back. So that kind of sucks. I hate it. You know, it is what it is. With the price, you know, I just said whatever. We can always get it fixed. And then they did some money into that front plastic. So the number plate and the front plastic need some cleaning now. But, you know, I kind of felt like, whatever, I'll take the risk. The bike looked good anyways. The only thing that was wrong was when they tried to, the oil pump gear, they broke it, and I showed you that in the other video too. So they were waiting on it, and I ended up trading them a 2017 KX85 for it, and then he blew it up and brought it back for me to rebuild anyways. So I came out on top with that. I was happy with it, but I didn't quite show everybody the 20, but 2020 is still here. 2020 KX 250F. We done a few things to it. We did the fork seals to it. We did go into the engine to make sure everything was good on it. Everything looked great. Doesn't need a shim or anything yet. We put some grip tape right here on the side. That is used for us when we jump and stuff like that, so we can hang on to the bike a little bit more, because as you know, this thing is a freaking beast. This thing right here will blow your socks off. It's got a whole lot of power. Now we are running the, I don't know if you can see it right there, the red coupler. I do have the green, the black, and the white coupler, but we're running the red. We did get new grips for it, new green and black Scots on the Pro Taper bars, Pro Taper bar pad. The decor seat we are going to be changing here soon. This is going to be a green and black guts seat. I do like the guts. We are going to get a Pro Circuit stator cover, and then either a Boysen or a Henson clutch basket cover, and the Boysen water pump cover for down here. We got the Moto hoses, Moto House hoses, I think it is, and then we're also going to put a full exhaust on it. I don't know whether I want Pro Circuit Tie 6 or what we're going to do. I've kind of been eyeballing that Tie 6. I kind of really like it, so we might try the Pro Circuit Tie 6 and I will let you know my thoughts on that. And then we did blow a rear tire back here, so the rear tire tube is flat, so that's why it's been put up for a while and it hasn't been rode. I do need to get it out and fire it up and make sure that I get that gas running through the fuel injector and stuff like that. I don't like to leave gas in the bike for too long. So other than that, this bike was redone not too long ago, and I do have a right here, that's an hour meter. We are sitting at, I believe, 15.6 hours since the rebuild. So she don't get rode much because it's my baby, and I only ride it on the track because it's just too fast to ride in the yard. And then when I do ride it in the yard, I leave huge ruts and stuff, and my wife kicks me in the butt. So I just, you know, I don't really have a whole lot of time to ride, and when I do have the time to ride, it's just too much bike for around here. So yeah, and so will this 450, but I love it. Gotta have fast bikes, right? Alright, so back to what I was 50. So your flywheel bolt, right here, it has to be torqued. Let's see, the scavenge, all right, so the scavenge oil pump, these get 7 foot-pounds. Your counterbalancer bolt gets 38 foot-pounds of torque. And the clutch hub bolt over here gets 72 foot-pounds of torque. But I don't really want to put this on yet. So I just tightened it down. And we went ahead and put our plate cover on there. We just tightened that down for the time being to kind of get it all together so we can take it back off. Then when I take it back off to do all my stuff to it, like put in the new clutch pack and stuff, I will torque that down. I have it on a piece of paper. I just haven't marked it out yet. And then the rear sprocket bolt, we'll have to look all that up in our cheat sheet, which this is our climber book, if I haven't said that yet. Shout out to eBay. They sell this thing on eBay. This is an amazing service manual. It goes over every single part to this bike. I have numerous videos on the 2012 KX450F, and they don't have much at all. They have a couple different years, but no 2012. And when they do have a 2012, it's only a top-end build. So I had to do something. So shout out to eBay. I did manage to get that. They sent it in a great amount of time. It was packed wonderful. And when I opened it up, whoever done the laminating and all that stuff and making it a book done an amazing job. So shout out to them. And then, so anyways, we got the transmission, which was not too hard to do. We did get the transmission put in, the oil pump, all that good stuff. So now we're just kind of going over what we need to and tightening things up. And getting this thing ready. So now that you guys know what's going on with this and what's been going on here lately, I'm trying to get things picked up. I just have little to no time. I coach a little league baseball team, and we're right before the playoffs right now. I do work concrete on the side, as you see in the other videos. I have 4 kids and 4 dogs and fish and rabbits and all kind of stuff, so I have no time to do anything. And when I do get time to come out here and build stuff, it's usually really quick. So that's why I don't get a whole lot of time to record and stuff like that. I'm trying to get more videos to you guys, like be on an everyday process with you guys, but it just doesn't happen. And so for that, I'm sorry. For those who kept in there and hang in there with me and watch my videos, I really appreciate you guys. I wouldn't be able to do none of this without you guys. So I'm very thankful that I have y'all and y'all are interested in my content. If there's anything that you want to see, want to see us do or whatever, like we try to put riding videos and stuff when the kids ride and things like that. But if there's anything extra you guys want to see, leave it down below in a comment and let me know. And like I said, for those who, watch us and keep up with our content and stuff, man, thank you so much. And I'll try to get some more content for you guys later. But till then, y'all stay tuned. Keep checking in on my page, looking for me and stuff. I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Thank you. Y'all have a good day. Peace.